Howdy, hello, hi, and happy Wednesday. I hope you are all doing well. I am going to just quickly run and send myself over to my desk right now the link so I can pull up the comments section for today's video. So give me just one hot second here to grab that. And I just need to email it to myself. Come on now. Okay. There we go. All right, we're all set now. Hi, hello. I hope you guys are all having a lovely week this week. I just wrapped up doing a story planning video. I was trying to get that done before coming over here today. No, we're not going to do YouTube Kids. Thanks, though. And we're going to come here. So I wrapped up a story planning video today, which are just like not even a minute ago. And now I'm feeling really excited to tell those stories, like very excited. Can't wait. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now I got the comment section and I'll be able to see myself. Oh, let's turn that volume down. There we go. Okay, so let me set all this to the side and pull over the Project Life layouts. I think we're going to be good. Are we good? Okay. Yay. All right, we're all here. Hey, hello, hi. Crafty lunch hour, love it. I wonder if I need to there we go. Speed myself up here. Okay, now we're good. Yay, so we're here. Hello, hello. Hi from Germany. Wow, hi from Germany. Yes, and Netherlands. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. How do you decide what stories you'll put into Project Life versus making a layout? Sometimes they overlap. It just depends for me. When I'm doing story planning like I did today, I don't necessarily limit myself to a time frame, if that makes sense. Let me just put these somewhere out of the way. Put them over on my seat. There we go. So I don't necessarily limit the stories that I'm allowing myself to tell inside of either album, right? Like if I have an entire album dedicated to a project like, let's say, December Daily, I don't then say to myself, well, I can't include any of those same stories in my Project Life because I already documented them. Honestly, I don't care. It's kind of fun to tell the same story. And a lot of times I try to tell it from different angles if I'm telling the same one over and over again. But yeah, for me, it all goes in. For me, Project Life, the reason why I do Project Life, in addition to things like story albums, Project Life is the only thing I do that is chronological. Kind of. Which we'll get into that in here in a second, but it's my only true chronological project, the only thing that I'm documenting for the most part in the moment as it's happening. And because of that, I'm able to capture more of the details that are forgotten over the course of time, like things people have said, or little bits and pieces of, I don't know, stuff that my kids leave lying around, or something that was really frustrating that maybe is not like a super big frustration that needs a giant story all to itself, just something little that Project Life gives me an opportunity to just stick that in and keep it in there for safekeeping or so much. Yes, I do have a cord. This is my when I turn you guys around, this is what I plug you guys into so that my phone doesn't die. It's just kind of drooping down. Anyway, yes. Anyway, so hi. Okay, so today we're going to be working on Project Life for 2022. We're doing week 1, so last week. And then for 2021, I'm going to be doing week number 33. Yes, 33. So let's go ahead and put you guys where you're facing my desk, and we'll get going from there. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. It's going to be shaky here for just a minute, and then we will be situated. So just FYI on that. Okay. Okay, so I think we're good. Okay, warm South Florida. That's not fair. I wish it was warm here. Yeah, buckling down on Project Life 2. Way to go. Yes. A lot of Europeans. Yay. Okay, so this is my 2020. What do I want to start with here? You know, let's start with 2022 this time, and then we'll go into 2021, only because 2021 I'm going to be doing some stamping, so that'll get a little bit messier. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. I don't need it. I got a new board here, so my space is beautiful and clean and white, which is awesome. Come hang out and swim. That's amazing. I wish. Okay, so we're going to pull out 2022 first. Now, last week we did the intro page, which is right here. So this was the intro page from last week. So I've got the two 6x4 spots, and the rest of them are 3x4 spots. So today I'm going to be doing this same page protector, and I actually need another one. So let me just pull these out, because that'll make it somewhat easier to see what I'm doing. All right. So then I can stick this down in a way. Sometimes I like to use my page protectors as placeholders, so just like have them on here, and then I can figure out where everything goes. Makes it a little bit easier for me. Okay, so here is what I've got. For product this time, I have, like, did I forget that I did forget. So that's okay. So I'm going to end up making this all, actually I could probably switch these. Hold on, because I designed this wrong now that I look at it. So I was going to put this one here and this one down here. And then let's just see what this looks like, because I obviously designed this not quite right. Meaning I put 3x4s here, which I can just glue them to the back. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we've got board game, love letters, Jonah sledding, me and the kids, right? Yes. Throw, burrito, throw, gratitudes, love, fresh start. So I'm just going to lay this all out here, and then I'll tell you where everything is from, since you might want to know that. Christmas bins, Jonah and May, and that one. Okay. So this is what I'm using this time, and honestly, I'm just going to keep it this way. I'm not going to change things because I like it how it is. So what I will end up doing is just taping these down to the back side of the card behind it, and that will be totally fine. All right, so I am using a combination of product for this layout. Half of it comes from the digital version of Ali Edwards' January Stories by the Month. That's where this stripe card is from, the 2022 card, the January Gratitudes, Let's Begin with Wholehearted Wide Open Hearts, and Love a Fresh Start. So these are all from that Ali Edwards kit. I did recolor the blue just to make it a little bit closer to the blue of this card right here. So this one that says starting new in 2022, and this one at the bottom that says January vibes, these are a digital kit. It's just a one-page digital PDF, or it's got, I've got individual PNGs as well. That was part of a designed kit for my Patreon. So this year over on Patreon, for those of you who aren't members or don't know anything about it, Patreon's a member group where there's a monthly fee to get access to additional content, which includes additional videos, a digital kit, and events. So my sister-in-law, Caitlin, and I are designing journaling cards this year, which is really exciting. So this was our first play at it, and I definitely wanted to be sure to add them into my spread this time. So I'm using the January vibes from that collection, and then I also have this one that I'm planning to cut out and use as an embellishment rather than a card itself. So that's that. I also have a January wood veneer piece from Colorcast Design that I was planning to do on there. And then I have this, the word New Year, that I was thinking about putting here on the picture of the kids licking snow off my arms. So from there, I just need to see what other small embellishments I want to add to this page. This one's going to be fairly quick. I know I want to use this. These pieces were all from, whoops, and I just threw one across the room. These pieces are all from the the Colorcast Design kit. So Jessica over Colorcast Design has a January collection, and she now has a February one too. So if you're looking for something that you can add to create like a cohesive look across your albums, these are a really great product for the months, right? For designating the months. I also know that Allie is coming out with this month her add-ons. She has the plastic months as a add-on this time too, which are really, really cool. Okay, so all right, let's get to work now that we've got this part done. All right, so this one is going to come together pretty simply. One of the main reasons that I do not embellish my layouts very much, and you guys notice that, I'm sure, with my layouts. One of the reasons I don't do that is because I tend to add a lot of writing, of journaling. And words kind of clutter up, you know, and make my layouts already look pretty busy. So they don't need, like, I don't need a lot of stuff to put on these because of that. But what I will look into, I'm thinking New Year makes me think of stars, and I want to do something that's got some dimension. Like I kind of like these, but they're a little too, they're not quite the right color. You see, I've got lots and lots of stars. So I'm like, what can I do? That's too Christmassy. I'm gonna have lots and lots of stars, but not stars that I want. Okay, I could do gold though. Gold could work. So I could do gold. What do I have here? And these are all Christmas and then white. Okay, and then the other thing I'm thinking of doing is grabbing some, I want to grab some number stickers. Like these are not quite right. I like the sizes, but not necessarily the colors. So we'll put those away. You know what, I have these too. What about Starburst? Nope, also not the right color. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some number stickers, and I want to add a number sticker on each photo that relates to this card with the 1 through 6. So let me grab my pack of numbers and we'll figure that out. I'm thinking I might want to maybe do a combination of black and white, because some photos black is going to show up better than white, and other photos white is going to show up better than black. And maybe I'm going to change my mind and do these ones and not those, because I have black and white of these. Yeah, so let's do that. Okay. So that's going to help me designate things. I pretty much have everything journaled about already, so I don't need to add any more words onto the page. But I will pull out these. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's start with my title card. Grab this just as a protective thing. Okay, so we are going to add some adhesive onto the back of the wood veneer piece. So let's do that first and get this stuck down. Because once that's in place, we can add the journaling, no problem. All right. And let me see what you guys are chatting about so I can talk about whatever. Pocket page visit of a zoo from 2016. That sounds fun. I love documenting the zoo. And I don't know, there's something about, you guys might agree with me, there's something about like the zoo, going to the zoo and photos from the zoo that they look so good. Like maybe it's just because you're outside and outside photos look really good, you know? So that could be cool. Let me see what else you guys are working on. Project Life. Guys, a lot of you are working on stuff. That's awesome. All right. So, oh wait, a question. I see a question was asked. Did I miss a question, you guys? If I did, put it down below. Let me just ask this. Okay, tell me if you asked a question, because I missed it. I totally missed it. And always, you guys, if you ask me something and I don't see it right away, feel free to add it back in the comments again. Or if we get to the end and I still haven't seen it, you can always like message me or whatever. I'm always happy to answer questions. Okay, last week I went from January 1st. Oh, and this I should mention too. When I do Project Life, I always start week 1 with January 1st, and then I go all the way to the first Sunday. And so that is more than 7 days, but that is okay. So we're going January 1st to January 9th is this one. And then put that away. Oh, Mag, you're documenting the video that Eleanor sent to Izzy. It was so cute. So Mag has a daughter who is the same age as Isabella, and they are pen pals, which of course, Isabella is a far worse pen pal because she hasn't sent her letter yet, although we're working on it. We're going to get it out there, promise. I promise. Anyway, on Izzy's birthday, Eleanor sent us a video message to say happy birthday, and it was so sweet. It was so sweet. So that's really cool. I can't wait to see how you document that. Okay, with your Project Life, using a 9x12, does it need 2 albums to fit? So yes. I haven't expanded into album number 2 yet for, actually I probably could just cut this with scissors. I haven't done it for 2021 yet, although it probably needs it. I don't know how, but somehow I was able to get my 12x12 layouts. I got them to work in one album. I have no idea how, like all 52 weeks. Because now looking back at it, I'm just kind of like, how did I do that? Like, or they're just they must just be overstuffed. That's gotta be it. But yeah, it does need to. I also use a lot of dimension in it, so that could potentially be also why. All right, I'm gonna see where, I'm not sure yet where I want to put these. So I'm just gonna trim them out and then we'll figure that out later. And I am not trimming them perfect. Okay. Will you be finishing your Zoo album? Yes, Rachel, that is on one of my project lists to finish, is the Zoo album. You know what's funny? So our family loves the zoo. We have been Zoo members for 5 years, maybe either 4 or 5 years. We've been Zoo members here at the Detroit Zoo. And it has always been our goal to make it to the zoo all 12 months of the year. And the funny thing is that last year, I know up until October that we made it every month. I can't remember if we went in November or not. We did go in December, but I'm going to be really mad at myself if it turns out we did not go in November. Like, regardless, we'll make it all 12 this time. I'm determined. Actually, I think that might be something we do this weekend. At least I'd like to. I wonder if I should. Ooh, okay. I got an idea. Okay. Thinking I can do this. We're just going to go for it and hope it looks good. So we've got one there, which is the game. 2 was the snow. I'm going to do this one, I think, here. 3 is going to be Izzy turning 3 and getting a bunch of, well, she did not get love letters because she turned, or not 3, she turned 7. She gets love letters every day, but I just took a picture of them from that day. Putting away Christmas is next. And then game night and the kids playing. So let's go kids playing there. Let's do the game night one like here. Okay, so then I just need to put numbers on top. So I guess I'll just do white for all the numbers because that'll be visible on top of the stars. Do you print on cardstock or photo paper? So for these ones, because I'm printing a digital kit, I printed on matte white photo paper. That, in my experience, has been the best for color saturation, right? So it prints it the closest to true colors. So yeah, matte white photo paper. So like the next layout that I do for 2021, I printed on normal cardstock because it's just text and I'm going to add stamping and whatever to make my color. But if I'm printing a journaling card that has color, then generally I'm going to use matte white photo paper. Josie, you never used tweezers. I don't think I would be able to survive without my tweezers. In fact, I know I couldn't because I lost a pair once and then I just felt like I was so clumsy. So I couldn't survive. So good for you that you are able to position your stuff without, without aid. I need aid. I need help. Okay, so... All right, so we've got that. We've got the stars. We've got the dates. How many? I have 6 stars on here. Okay. This I'm going to go ahead and adhere down to. So let me grab this so that I don't get adhesive all over my new white mat. And then what else do I have to put down? And then I think just this starting new in 2022. Okay, and this one. And it does slightly cover up like Jonah's tongue, but that's fine. Like I can still see what's happening. I still know what's going on. I like having something that's bold on here. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so we've got that. We got that. All right, so let's see where I want to put this. Luster paper. Okay, so here's Kimmy. Here's what's something really funny. So I was just talking to some friends, some crafty friends, about paper and the type of paper I use. And everybody keeps saying to use the Pro Luster, that now I'm like, literally the next time I put in a paper order, I'm trying it because everyone has said that it's amazing. What draws me to it is that it doesn't get fingerprints on it, which is nice because like inside of a pocket, it's not as big a deal. But I do a lot of stuff outside of the page protector, and that stuff gets fingerprints on it if you're not careful. So it would be nice to have paper that I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I'm thinking about putting this, starting new in, come on. How you can track the chat in grass. It is not easy. I will say that. It's sometimes, and depending on how chatty you guys are, which is never a bad thing. It's always a good thing when you guys are chatty. But it's even harder to track it. So yes, it's not easy. And therefore I miss a lot of stuff, you know? Oh wait, that's the second word, 2022. So it's so funny. Epson matte, Canon matte. Yep, so I have Canon matte is what I use for the whatever this stuff is called, paper, the paper things. And then for my photos, right now I use Canon 2 Glossy, or Canon Glossy 2 photo paper, which I've always loved. One of the things I love about the Canon Glossy paper is that it takes stamping really well. And that could be true for other papers too. I just haven't tried them. So like matte photo paper the matte Canon photo paper takes stamping the best, like better than the glossy, but you can stamp on the glossy paper too. All right, so we're gonna put this on here, the starting new in 2022. Which I thought was clever because it rhymed. And we are starting new, aren't we? Let's see here. Staples, yep. Do you change your print quality to best when printing pictures and cards? You know, I'm not sure. I probably have it set. My guess, if I had to guess, is that it probably is just set on best for everything. But I don't know. I haven't even looked at that. I've never changed that setting. Like I probably set it to something originally and I've just never changed it from that. So I'm gonna guess that it is best for all of it. But I could be wrong. I'll have to look that up and see what I do, because I don't know. Semi-gloss doesn't either. Yeah. Can you use Canon paper? I don't really know if you can use, I mean, I would assume that you could probably still use Canon paper in an Epson printer, but I don't know. I assume the printers have like preset, you know, settings or whatever for their own brand of paper. So I bet you could do it. You probably would just have to play around and figure out what setting works the best. How you can include a white border on photos if you don't have Photoshop. Okay, Rachel, I feel like, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like maybe it was Shuin who did a video about that for using like Microsoft, possibly. Or I bet you could do it on Canva. I bet you could do it on Canva, which, you know, in fact, I know you could probably do it on Canva. I just don't know. I don't necessarily use Canva for scrapbooking because I use Photoshop for scrapbooking, but I guarantee you can. Yeah. Okay. So this, you guys, is the only question I have. I wish I would have like slightly put that down. That's okay. we'll deal. The only question is, do I want to add like one? Oh, hello, computer. I could add like, okay, so I could add puffy stars here, and then I could put another one here, and I kind of, well, but then we have 3 in a row, so maybe not. No, I don't want that up there. I like it there. No, I think I'm just gonna leave it. We're good. Calling this one done. All right, so I'm gonna put this away, and as I put this away, I can read you guys the journaling for this layout. So we've got January. Okay, so the card right here that says 2022, that's got the year on it. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do to get these inside of here so they don't fly around. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive to the top and the bottom and then stick it onto this back card. Like so. We'll do the same thing with this. Okay, so this one says 2022, stuff I'm looking forward to this year. I said this year I'm looking forward to focusing on a new word and using that as my lens for seeing life unfold. My 2022 one little word is play, and I'm very much looking forward to unlearning and relearning what it means to play. I'm looking forward to making our house into a home. With the holidays past us, we can refocus on our house projects and little by little make this place look and feel like home. I'm looking forward to growing creatively and professionally. I'm planning to legitimize my business and truly embrace the role of entrepreneur. So that is card number 1 here. I'm just going to line that up, kind of stick it down. There we go. Oh, and I got to tell you guys the burrito game. Oh, and I have a journaling card, but it doesn't explain it, so I'll explain it. Okay, so go or throw burrito, throw. So this is a game. It actually is very fun. The burritos themselves are kind of like squishies. I don't know. They probably have a real name, but like the stuff that like, you know, that like foam, the foam things that you can get almost like stress relief balls or whatever, but they're like squishies is what we call them. So the burritos are made out of that material. And basically what you do is you have to play this game where you pass cards around and you're getting pairs. And then depending on the pairs that you're the cards that you lay down, I think you have to have 4 of a kind. When you lay them down, then different things can happen. Either you just get points or you make the other people at the table do stuff, like have a duel where 2 people have to like stand back to back and then count 3 paces and turn around and throw the burritos at each other. And whoever hits the other person first gets the points or wins the battle. There is a war where everybody at the table, except for the person who lays down the cards, has to like dive for the burritos and try to throw them at each other. And then there's one other one, I forget what it's called, where it's the people. So like if I laid down the cards, then the person on my right and the person on my left would have to like, you know, go for the burrito and try to throw it at each other. So you can like run around your house to try to get away from people. Like it's very fun. It's ridiculous. And we died laughing the entire time. But the reason that we were playing Throw Burrito Throw is because when we were kids, and I actually wasn't present for it. It was my sister and my brother and my sister's best friend. They were all in the car, and I think they were going to a swim meet because we were all swimmers when we were kids. And, well, my sister was a swimmer through college, but, you know. Anyway, they were going to this swim meet. They were late, and they went to Taco Bell to get food for the kids. And it took forever. Like they were in line forever. The service took way too long. And by the time they got up to the window, my dad, who was driving, was really ticked off, like really upset. So he got their order and they get on the road, like on the highway, they're driving. And I laugh because it's just like the imagery is hilarious. And so he pulls out his burrito to eat it. And I think it was maybe a bean burrito or something. And the people didn't wrap it correctly. So he opened it up and it just like gushed everywhere all over him. So he, like, out of anger, he rolled his window down and just chucked the burrito out the window and rolled it back up and kept driving. In the meantime, the kids are in the back. My brother, sister, and her best friend are all in the back, just like silent, like silently watching this all unfold. And so my dad got this game, Throw Burrito Throw, now probably like 10 years later, as a complete joke. So we played it and it was really fun and it just was hilarious. So anyway, Throw Burrito Throw. So that's the inside joke behind that game. Okay, so then we've got, this one can go down in. All right, so then we have January gratitudes. So for this one, I said, I'm grateful for a reset and refresh, for a chance to take a breath again, for the opportunity to begin again. I'm grateful for my teaching peers in the One Little Word classroom, for their support, friendship, and mentorship. I'm grateful for my community, for strengthening of bonds, the excitement for changes, and the love. I'm grateful for my sisters joining me this year in my creative endeavors. It's so nice to not feel alone. I'm grateful for Aaron's hard work to get our house projects done and keep us moving forward. He is awesome. All right, so that is that one, which can just squeeze down in there. Okay, so then we've got another photo. So some photos I just leave totally not embellished, and that's totally fine with me. I don't think everything needs something, but if that's your style, I definitely like the way it looks when everything has something. I think it's really fun, almost like eclectic, you know? Oh, and this is one I need to paste down. All right. Yeah, so you guys, when you come and you hang out with me live here, you get to hear all the inside jokes, the stories. We just have a good time. We just chat about life, right? All right, so this is that one. And this one. Okay. There we go. And then it prevents them from slipping around, right? Which is what I wanted. All right, so there's that one. And then this one, we've got all of these. Okay, so I'll start reading the bottom card while I put these in. So January vibes. I said, starting the new year off right. Playing this super fun game with the Shaw clan. The irony and hilarity of the game as it relates to my dad is certainly not lost on any of us. So that's Throw Burrito Throw. And hence, like, number one goes to number one. So number two goes to... I'm shutting. Number two goes to number two, which is kind of like all of these. I said, the year started off with a bang, snowstorm and cold temperatures. We got the better of it by getting outside with the kids and sledding in the backyard. I had so much fun with the kids. Number three are these. Says, I can hardly believe that Izzy turned 7 this week. She's growing up so quickly. She came home this week with love letters from her BFF, Liam, and they are just the sweetest. So her and her best friend, Liam, are, they write each other love letters all day at school. So she usually comes home with like 4 of them. And they literally say like, Izzy, you're so kind. I love you so, so much. Izzy, I love you. I love you. Isabella, you are my best friend. So it's just like, it's so cute. They're so cute. And she tells me all the time that they're getting married when they get older. So in case they get married, I'm keeping some of those letters as proof from when they were kids. And even if they don't, right, it's still fun to have those things documented. So stinking cute. Number 4, I finally put away Christmas this week. It felt really good to get a fresh start on the house. There's something so soothing about a clean, uncluttered house after the holidays. Number 5, play is the name of the game this year. To keep that in the forefront, Aaron and I are starting a weekly game/puzzle night on Wednesdays. This week we played Patchwork. If you are somebody who likes like crafting, which I'm sure many of you do, right? Hint, hint. Or sewing or like stitching, all that kind of stuff. This board game is one of my absolute favorites. And it's a 2-player game where you are competing against each other to build a quilt. So your game board has empty pieces and you go around and you pick up, like you have to pay with buttons and time to get certain pieces to add to your quilt, and they all have different shapes and whatnot. And so by the time you get to the end of the game, whoever has the most buttons and the least amount of spaces still open is the winner. Generally, like every space you have open at the end, you have to minus 2 buttons from your stash. So it's really fun. So it's like building a quilt, and it's cute, and it's also really competitive, and I like it. It's fun to see different strategies, you know? So that one's called Patchwork. And then the last one I said, I took Jonah over to Caitlin's house to hang out with her and May while I participated in the One Little Word live chat. Jonah and May were so cute playing together at her little table. So that's that. So there is week 1 for 2022. Yay. All right, so let's put this away and then switch gears and do this is 2022. It gets confusing. Do you guys get confused with these dates? Sometimes I keep saying 2020 instead of 2022. I don't know. I can't seem to get it right. But anyway, so this is 2022 is the the layout. All right, so now we're going to work on 2021. Okay, so for this one, I am pulling out some older product that I've had sitting in the stash waiting to use for Project Life, but just never, I just never had the chance to do it. So this one, I used some ColorCast Design wood veneer as my main source of inspiration. So I have a piece that says, let me see if I can hold this up. It says Days Like These. And then I have this year and last year. That's a good idea, Millie. That's what I should do. I'm going to work on this year. Now we're working on last year's album. That's a good idea. Okay, so then I have 7 of these circles, and these are like, I don't know how big these are. An inch? Like an inch and a quarter in diameter. And they have the different days of the week. So I've got like Magical Monday, Terrific Tuesday, Workspace Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So I want to use these as my jumping off points for journaling. This is going to be my title card. And then I also have a bunch of stamps in here that I forgot I even had because I had them pulled aside for this layout that I never did. So I've got like days of the week, months of the year, and then an alpha, uppercase and a lowercase alpha. These are all from Feed Your Craft, which is no longer in business. So these are not available anymore. But I've never even used them. So I'm gonna try to use them today. That is the goal. So let's see what we can do. For this particular week, we traveled to Saugatuck here in Michigan to do a family vacation. So I do have a little bit of this trip documented in a travel album, but I don't have all of it documented because I never finished the travel album. So the nice thing about working in Project Life is that it gives me a chance to get a quick snapshot of things like our trips, our vacations. And then later when I go to actually finish documenting it, I can do that at my leisure because I at least have it somewhere. Some of the stuff is documented somewhere. So I'm working on the back side of our layout from yesterday, which has 9 of the 3x4 sections. Because I have a lot of story and a lot of photos to tell, I'm actually going to do 2 of this exact same layout. Let me grab another one from in here. So then we'll do 2 of those, and that will give me a lot of space for cards and photos. Especially since I want to do a journaling card for all 7 days of the week. So we'll have a total of 7 journaling cards. All right, so then we'll put this over here. And then we'll do this. Hi, Maggie. First graders are at lunch. I don't think I realized that you taught first grade. That's awesome. You're a saint. to teach. I think all all elementary school teachers are saints. Really, all teachers, period, are saints. Yes. And you use these all the time. I probably would if I had remembered that I had them. I cannot believe I forgot about them. All right, so let me get these set out here, and then we'll move from that. That one, and that one. Oh, whoops, I didn't need that one. That happens sometimes, right? Campfire. This, no, it's there, that's there. Okay, because what I'm going to need to do is figure out, I think Friday goes there, right? Saturday. I need to figure out my filler cards because I don't have that totally done. So there's Wednesday, Monday, Thursday, Tuesday. Okay, and then here's some fillers that I had pulled as options. So I want this to go here in the middle. These are going to go on the journaling cards. Like I left enough room to put them at the top, but I also would like to create some kind of masked stamping. Oh wait, that's Sunday. Sunday, Friday, Thursday. Okay, so we've got that. So then it's just kind of looking at colors like, no, no, we got enough words. Okay, kind of still like this one. It's just a plain polka dot. Family time, everyday adventuring. Where should we go today? Good things are coming. Too bad it's just not plain pink, right? Because that would have been decent, but meh. Okay, so what if I changed this? These are going to have color on them. Ugh. No. I still like it better with this in the middle. So these journaling cards I printed on just plain white cardstock. So these are not on any kind of special paper. Just as a heads up for that. These are just stash cards, right? Like the nice thing about working in a layout like this is it gives you the opportunity to use up some stash, although I'm not going to be using up a ton because most of it's going to be filled in. Okay, so let's set those to the side, and then we can figure out some stamping here. So colors, I think I want to pull out maybe like blue. So maybe a blue and a teal, an orange and a pink. Blue, teal, orange, pink, and maybe green. And then I can do 2 of them repeated. Okay, let me grab those real quick. So I'm getting pink, orange. Did I say yellow? I'm gonna get a yellow anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What color are you? Blue. Okay, maybe I just need them all to be different, right? Because if I've got pink, orange, yellow, green, teal, there really isn't, well, there's a little bit of purple in here. Okay, let's grab purple too. Why not? Let's make this thing a whole stinking rainbow. All right, so, all right, so here I'm just gonna layer these like right on top of each other and move this up out of the way. I don't need this anymore. That just helps me to know where everything goes. Oh, I do want to show you guys this. Okay, so Story Planner. One of the things I'm doing this year for my Project Life, so this is 2022, when I design my layouts on the computer, I'm sketching them here so that I have an idea of where everything goes. I also have one of these for every day. So I got a ton of them. They were like $1 from Allie. They are these paper pads, which look like this. Let me grab it. So it looks like this. It comes as like this big pad of papers. And at the end of the night, I write down an observation, a gratitude, and something I overheard from the day. So the nice thing about this is whether or not I use this information for Project Life, it's in here for other storytelling as well. So I used some of this to help me figure out what I wanted to document for that layout I just did for this year's album. And then it just helps. So that way, if I miss a week, I can go back and remember some of the details. Or when I go to tell stories later, like let's say I want to tell a story of funny things Izzy's been saying lately, then I can pull that out and go through some of the days and find stuff that she's been saying. So that's one of the goals I had for this year, was to pay better attention to the little things. All right. So I'm going to start with the Monday one here. I also realized that I did not get my stamp chamois wet. Yeah, the binders were only $5, so I got a whole bunch of them to help me document stuff this year. All right, so what I'm going to do is use a piece of washi and a spare piece of paper so I don't make a mess. Let's just use this. So I'm going to put the paper on here, put my card on there, move that off. And then I'm just going to use washi to help me mask off my journaling. So that way I don't stamp and ruin my text. So I'm going to put this like slightly up above my journaling here, like so. And then I can stamp on here and I don't have to worry about this. So I'm thinking what I'll do is grab this one, which says the days of the week on it. Oh, because it has uppercase and lowercase. What do I want to use? Maybe I want to just do, I'm going to do the uppercase one. That just is going to be easier to stagger. Okay. So then I need a block. This one's going to work. This is one of my favorite blocks. I find that I prefer, I don't know about you guys, but I find that I prefer circles to straight edges. Although this is the only circle block I own. Actually, I have one other one. I have this one too, which is a Harry Potter one. It's super cool. That I hesitate to use because I'm going to get it all inky and gross, and then it won't be as beautiful anymore. But I definitely feel like I prefer circles. They're easier to handle than the square ones. Okay, so let me get this wet real quick. It's just, I have to step out of my room for just a hot second to go get it wet, and then we'll come back and keep working. Let me see what else real quick before I go. If there's anything in between Zoom meetings. Hi, Terry. Hope your meetings are going well today. Let's see. Okay. Oh, recipes. That's a great idea, Amber. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm going to go get this wet. All right. See? Quick and easy does it. All right, so while I work on all this stamping fun stuff, tell me if anybody has any fun plans in the works for the weekend. What are you guys doing? What do you have coming up this weekend? Anything fun? I need to think of something fun to do with the kids because we spent most of the weekend at home. No, and by most, I mean all of the weekend at home last week. So I'd like to get them out of the house. I'm thinking probably go to the zoo. And we might have a makeup Christmas get together with my husband's family, which we'll see. So what I'm doing is I am just stamping this on a diagonal. I like to do that when I'm doing, you know, like the titles at the top, because I find that when you put something on top of it that is oriented the correct way, it almost kind of draws your attention to it a little bit better than if everything was a straight line. I don't even know if that makes sense. In my head, it makes total sense. Do that. And okay, so there's the first one. Whoops. All right, so nail appointment. Ooh, that sounds fun. Not the weekend. You're going to see Scream on Monday, 25 years after your first date to see. Oh, that's so cool. Is there a new Scream out, or is it just like a like they're replaying an old one? I had no idea if there's a new one. Okay, so then I'm just going to carefully peel that away so I don't rip my paper. And there is Monday, which actually I'll just go ahead and stick this down on here and call this one done. So there is Magical Monday. For this one, so I'll just read them. I'll read them as I go, and then I'm going to go back to your weekend stuff. So I said, getting ready to go on vacation is always a big undertaking, but it was even more so for our Saugatuck trip this year because we were in the middle of selling and buying our home. With our signing date pushed back further and further, we were so nervous that we would have to come back home mid-trip to sign the paperwork. Luckily, everything finally went through and we set our date for the 17th, Tuesday, the same day we were leaving for vacation. So we spent all day Monday making sure we had our stuff packed, our ducks all in a row for signing on the dotted line. Okay, let's go to Tuesday. So Tuesday, I'm going to do a different color. Let's see, what else we got here? Tuesday. In COVID quarantine and hoping you feel, Etienne, no. Everybody's getting it. I hope you feel better, Etienne. And just get out of quarantine. Yeah. Kids at school switch to virtual. Wait, just to have the kids' schools. Is Grand Blanc going to virtual? I didn't know that. I'm terrified that our school is going to go virtual. I don't want it to. I just want them to stay in school. Please. Going to the Container Store to get your craft area organized. Oh, that's so exciting. I love buying organizational things. It like makes me so happy to buy organizational stuff. Natural History Museum is free on Monday, so you might go. That's cool. Going to museums and like art galleries and like, I don't know, just getting out and doing stuff. Gosh, I miss getting out and doing stuff more, you know? I feel like that's the worst thing about winter, especially like these COVID winters, is that we can't do anything because it's cold outside. So like, who wants to go out there and be outside all day? We go to the zoo and usually spend like an hour or two there, but then it gets cold and then like there's just nothing else to do that's outside when it's freezing out. So I miss going to all the things. Hopefully we can do that again soon. for a week, only for a week. Huh. I don't know what's going to happen to our school, but we'll see. Let's see what else you guys use. No subs or bus drivers. I know a couple of our bus routes are down right now. And Izzy's had a substitute teacher for the last week and a half. But, you know, it's just wild. I was just talking to my mom about that recently, that it's like the biggest thing right now is the staffing, that because everybody's getting sick, it's the staff. Like, we can't staff the schools. Man. Elena, you guys are going to remote school tomorrow and Friday. Jeez. I mean, we kind of knew, we had a feeling, I feel like, you know, we had a feeling that that's likely what would happen this year at some point if things kept getting worse and worse. And here we are, you know. Here we are. All right, I got to get a bigger one because Wednesday's a bigger word. Okay, so let's get this one off. First time. Okay, so I've never been to the Container Store either. So you'll have to tell me what it's like, because it sounds like the most magical place in the world, right behind Disney. Disney is the most magical place in the world, and second in line for that is the Container Store. You guys are in lockdown in the Netherlands? Man, virtual for a week. People got even more sick. Yep. Ugh. See you later, Maggie. I hope you have a great rest of your day with those kiddos. Stay safe. Ugh. I cannot get the backing off. What is happening? It's the Disney of organization. Yes. I would spend $1 million. I can't go to the Container Store. I can't. Like, I'm already in trouble enough just going to Target, who like brought out a whole line of new organizational stuff this year. So I'm not allowed. I can't go to Target, can't go to the Container Store. Just can't go. It's not allowed. Then there's scrapbook.com with all their awesome organizational stuff. It's a blessing and a curse. Okay, so terrific Tuesday. So Tuesday goes to this photo right here. So I said Tuesday was a big, big day for our family. We met Miguel to sign the paperwork to officially sell our home. I can hardly even believe that we did it, and the mixed bag of emotions I felt in that moment. So happy that we weren't in the waiting period anymore, excited for the new house, and already missing our current home. After the signing was done, we headed on the road to Saugatuck. I'm so glad we're making this trip an annual family vacation. It reminds me of going up north to our family's cabin as a kid, and I just love the time we all get to be together in the blue house. So when we go to Saugatuck, there is this like little, I don't even know what to call it, like this little place where they have cabins that you can rent out. And for the last, I think it's 2 years, it maybe is 3 years, 2 or 3 years, we've rented the same house. This year we're going somewhere different, or we're still going to Saugatuck, but we're staying in a different house. So it'll be a little bit different, but it's just a fun time. We really, really like it there. When I was a kid, my family owned, or my grandparents owned, a second house that was our cabin in northern Michigan. So we used to go up to the cabin to like hang out with the family. So it just kind of reminds me of that, you know, going on a family vacation where we stay in a very similar space each year. Enough so that Izzy remembers it. Like, she knows the house and she knows the town, the things that we do. So it's fun. I look forward to going again this year. Do you guys do any annual trips like that with your family? Where you go to the same place every year? Okay. It goes under the Y, goes here. Okay. There is Wednesday. And we'll grab Thursday. Okay. Gift wrap at the Container Store. You guys, I really need to go to the Container Store. My first time there, you posted on Instagram and they responded while you were shopping. That's hilarious. Looking at the bins that hold alpha stickers and chipboard. Yep. You know what I do for alphabet stickers? I don't know how many you have. It depends on how many you have. But what I do for my alphabets and my numbers is I actually punch them at the top. So all of them, I just hole punch them at the top. And then I stick them on one of these really big binder, I don't know if you can see that, one of these binder rings, and then I hang it on a hook, like off the edge of my desk. So I have one of them that's dedicated to only numbers. That's what this is. And the other one has alphabets. And some of the alphabets have numbers on them too, but they're primarily just alphabets. But I don't have a lot of those types of stickers because I don't use them very often. So I try not to accumulate too many. So if you're in a similar boat, that's a great way to store like alphabet stickers and stuff like that. If you have a lot more than that, then yeah, definitely probably some kind of container. Oh, I have ink on my hands. Let's get that off so I don't mark something that shouldn't be marked. Yeah, it would be heaven. When I die, I'm going to the Container Store. Okay, so here is Workspace Wednesday. So for this one, I said on Wednesday morning, Mom and I started our day with coffee and a notebook for planning our vacation activities. Mom is the ultra planner and always comes with ideas on hand for fun things to do. As she was listing them off out loud, I immediately told her that the Saugatuck mural scavenger hunt was a must. As a scrapbooker / photographer, getting those family photos in front of the awesome city artwork will always make its way to the top of my priority list. So that's what we did. We set off to downtown Saugatuck and went on a hunt to find all of the murals, plus grab some food while we were there too. So then I've got a couple of them. So this is one of them where we took a family photo in front of a mural. And I have another one too in here, right here. That's me and the kids in front of a mural. So always, I will always choose a mural hunt when given the chance. All right, so here we go. I am going on to Thursday. Let me see here. Lisa, you guys have a cabin up north. Etienne, your friends have cabins in Connecticut and you go every year. That's 6 families. That's so fun. That makes me think of, I read the book, what was it called? The In a Holidays. Did you read that, Etienne? So it's a book about like this family where they all meet up. It's like friends who all meet up at a cabin every year for the holidays. That's what that makes me think of, like 6 families in the cabin. So different. Yeah. Florida, they'll never go virtual. Yeah, nope, they won't. Rachel, you guys used to go to the Lake District every year as a family. Then it became too expensive. Yes. I feel like sometimes those memories of going to the cabin and just kind of being together for the period of time that you're there. Like those are where memories are built, like I have so many memories from the vacations that we spent with my cousins and my aunts and uncles and my grandparents. That's where stories are born. So it's fun to bring that type of stuff, that type of togetherness for our kids and our family now. And just even to spend that time, like for me with my sister, and my husband with my brother-in-law, like that's where bonds are built, I think, is when you spend some dedicated time together, for sure. Okay, do that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here's Thursday. All right, this is going to be really fun and colorful. What's interesting is it'll be a really fun and colorful layout, but also it's going to have a lot of white space because of the text, so it'll help to balance it, I think. The color is going to help to balance all of the not color. That's what I should say. You didn't read it, Etienne. Yeah, you need to read it for sure. The movie Grown Ups. Yes. You guys camp. Millie said we camp all together for the 4th of July. 6 families too. That's just so fun. I just love that. I love that. Caleb, what's your goal? Ooh, to buy a cabin? Where would you want your cabin to be? If you could have a cabin anywhere. Ooh, that's a great question. Let's answer that. So everybody who wants to share, if you could have a cabin or a second home anywhere, where would your second home be? I already know exactly where mine would be if given the, actually, I would be torn between 2 places. Between my 2 favorite places of all the places I've been in the United States so far. Because I would want it to be here in the States just for the ease of traveling to it and, not having to deal with too crazy of time zone changes. But my 2 favorite places are Bozeman, Montana. I would love to be in Bozeman, Montana. It's like a super trendy not little anymore, a super trendy town that is surrounded by mountains. That has a very similar climate to Michigan. So they have like the falls and that sort of thing. But it's just beautiful. It's beautiful there. So it'd either be Bozeman, Montana, or it would be Asheville, North Carolina, because that's my other favorite town, which is also like a trendy town. That's a little bit like hipster in my experience, but also has like so much really cool history and scenery, and just, yeah, I would be there. And then I would be close to some family too. So I have an uncle who lives in Montana, and I have a sister-in-law that lives in North Carolina. So then we would be similar, we could have a cabin there, and then they could come and join in on it too. That would be in a perfect world. That's where it would be. Where would your cabin be? Ooh, Kimmy, you were born in Asheville. Yes, Asheville is amazing. Utah in the mountains. Let me see. I want to see where you guys want to go. And then what I need to do is write down all the places you want to go so then I know where I need to go. Maine or Adirondacks. Door County, Wisconsin. What is in Door County, Wisconsin? That sounds interesting and not super. Do we have a budget? No budget. So beach. If you had a budget, you'd be in Vermont. Love that. Anywhere with 4 seasons, North Carolina, Asheville. Yep. You accept Asheville. Hilarious. It's amazing. If you haven't been to Asheville, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's very, very cool. And when you go to the Biltmore, because the Biltmore is amazing. Okay. We're getting so close. All I got to do is finish this stamping and then we're done. Because for me, the stamping is the embellishing, right? Like maybe I'll add some chipboard just to give me some dimension on top of the photos. We'll see. But it doesn't have to have it, you know? Okay, here's that. No cabin, but a beach house, says Beatrice. I like that. Yes. I saw Haley, you responded too. Yours wouldn't be in the US. Oh, Mexico. Well, that's like your goal anyways, right? Is to get a house in Mexico. Near you'd want to go a lot. Gatlinburg. Yes, Gatlinburg. I don't know. I don't know if I've been there. I'd have to ask my mom. Because if I have, it's been a while. But I've heard a lot of really good things about Gatlinburg where it's intriguing. Actually, I think maybe we were thinking about doing a family trip there. That might be why it's familiar. Why Gatlinburg strikes a chord. Door County. I'm going to look that up. Door County, Wisconsin. Huh. Is there shops, lake, nature, breweries, goat cheese, and adorable. Okay, so apparently Door County is getting added to my list of places to go. Because all of that sounds magical. And it sounds like it needs to be in my life. Okay. Did I even read the Thursday one? No, I didn't. Okay, so here we go. Thursday. Thursday was the day we set aside for going wine tasting. We started out by meeting up at the Root Beer Barrel for Coney dogs, the best Coney dogs, and they are amazing. Like, look at these. These were the Coney dogs. They are like top notch. So we got some Coney dogs. Then we traveled around to a few different wineries with the Grants, testing out wine and enjoying the beautiful weather. Our favorite was the one right near our cabin, a newer one that had delicious wine and some great activities to keep the kids busy. When we returned home, we took the kids to the pool. Who knew they would be such water bugs this year? Ate dinner and then joined the Grants for a campfire under twinkle lights, which that's where this photo came from, which is one of my favorites of a campfire. I used my iPhone 12 Pro to take that. Like, it's such a good picture. For Friday. Friday was the day for the beach. We started with our annual hike up to Mount Baldhead, which is a straight up sand dune, and a lot of work to get to the top. The view from the top is pretty unbeatable. It was a bit different this year since the kids came with us. They stopped every few feet to pick up rocks or acorns, amassing quite the collection and making our hike last twice as long. But they had a really great time and didn't complain much at all. Afterwards, we headed to Oval Beach to swim in Lake Michigan. The kids weren't crazy about the water, but loved playing in the sand. So that's this picture here is Aaron and I on top of Mount Baldhead. Okay, onward. Okay, so Saturday, we've got 2 more to go. Relocated to the Finger Lakes because you vacationed and spent weekends there. Oh, that's so cool that you moved to a place that you love to vacation to. So one of the places I love here in Michigan, I love the west side, not west side, Yes, west side of Michigan, where it's on Lake Michigan. There's a lot of smaller towns. One of my favorites is Holland, Michigan. I also really like Saugatuck. I also like, Grand Rapids is over there. Grand Rapids is awesome. It's not right on the water, but it's not too far from. It's just really nice over there. So we typically, when we do our like vacations, a lot of times we end up going, like staying in Michigan, but going over to that side of the state. So that's really cool. I think that's really cool that you moved where you loved to travel. Okay, see what goes under the U. No, on top of the U is the A. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to figure out where things should go. Okay, now we're back. For me, I like to find a letter or like a point where I know where it goes. So like under the D is the A. So then that would go here. And that makes it a little bit easier to figure out where to stamp things in order to get it, you know, the right orientation. Okay, so there is the blue one. Okay. Super Saturday. Okay. So for Saturday, I said we decided to go back downtown Saugatuck on Saturday, our last full day of vacation. We booked a ride on the Star of Saugatuck boat cruise and spent some time shopping before it was time to ride. On the boat, we were able to get a few drinks and enjoyed the peaceful views. Jonah did super well, considering boats and vehicles with loud motors tend to scare him. He eventually fell asleep as I held him. We ended the day with a trip to the local toy store and getting some ice cream from a local spot, one we make sure to visit every time we come here. I think we were all a little bummed the trip was coming to an end. Okay. Oh, so this is a photo of Izzy on the boat. And she got this candy, this like rainbow candy. It's like a, I don't even know. It's like a long, like chewy thing. And she put it in her mouth and pretended like she was throwing up rainbows. So that was a picture. It just makes me chuckle. So in the album it goes. Okay, last one, you guys. The last one. Whenever I do stamping on a layout like this, it always takes longer. But one of the cool things about doing something like this is you can make your layouts look very, you know, unique. Or, you know, it just is a way to dress things up and have a reason to use those stamps. I'd like to use my stamps more this year than I did last year. I have enough of them, you know. I should pull them out and use them more. I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure a lot of you probably have stamps to use this year too. So like here's an example. So I stamped down the word Sunday. And then what I'm going to do is take the N and put the N underneath the S of Sunday at the beginning. So then that helps me to space everything out, and then I can fill in the gaps here. So just kind of fill that into a line and then go back and I'm going to put the N under the S and then fill the rest in. So it just keeps things like evenly spaced. When I'm working with something like this digitally, I do the exact same thing. Just kind of pick a letter and try to make that work. So then I only need the Y. And okay, but then it gets tricky down at the bottom, right? So under the D is the Y. Okay, and then above the S is the A. So then I just kind of need to go like that. Okay. All right. So that's all the ink. Let's get this off. Okay. Toss that out and add the last one of these on. I'm so glad to have these finally used. I've probably had them for at least half a year, these wood veneer pieces. I'm really, really glad to get them used like this. Okay, and then let's add this one on top of the title card here. There's a lot of backing on this. Okay. And a little bit more. Okay. All right, days like these. I'm gonna put it up a little bit more so I can add my date stamping underneath it. Like that. And I think what I'll do is add date stamping onto a label. So again, I have another little pop of color, or maybe I'll do it on black, like a black label. Okay, so I'll do this. Now I can put these away so that I remember I have them in the future. Okay, I don't need the washi anymore. And I don't need this anymore. Okay, so let's bring the whole layout back over here. Now that we've got the tedious stamping done. And then, oh, and Sunday. So for Sunday's journaling, I said Sunday was our day to check out and go home. After waking up, packing the car, and cleaning the cabin, I had us all sit for our annual Cabin Steps family photo, which is this one. We take this photo every year. It was so nice to have both Haley and Axel included this year. I hope that as we continue this annual family trip, we are always able to take this photo, whether we're at the Blue House or not. How fun will it be to see how we change through the years and how we all still come together for this time with each other. I'm so thankful for this week away, for the time with family, and for the excitement of moving to a new home coming when we return back home again. Okay, so here we go. So this is what the layout's going to look like with all that stamped color in there. So you can see what I mean, that the color helps to break up some of the white, but it's still pretty heavily, like there's still a lot of white space. So I'm thinking what I'll do is this one, I need a label. So let's get a label to put on here. I'm thinking, not red, not gold. I'm thinking maybe black is what I want. Maybe I just want one of these. Or I could do gray. Maybe I'll do the dark blue instead of black. So it's not such a large contrast. Because that's too light. No. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the blue. So this one, week 33, was 8/16 to 8/22. So we're going to go 16. And 8 was August. So 16 August 2021 to 22 August 2021. gonna stick that right here. Okay. So then it's just gonna be a question of, do I wanna add anything else or do I just wanna leave it like this? Because there's already a lot going on. So the only thing I might potentially want, no. I don't know. I honestly kind of just feel like leaving it. Also, do you guys ever feel like after you've just spent a lot of time working on something, like for me, it's all this stamping, that I just finished all the stamping and now I sometimes just feel like, just ready to be done. So I'll just call it done. You know what I mean? I definitely feel that way, that if something takes a long time, where I feel kind of over it. So thinking about just leaving it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put it in the pockets and we'll call this one done. Like, it's cool. It's done. We're good. We're good. We got lots of color. We got the wood veneer. We got all the stuff. So I'm going to stick this in pockets. Actually, I'm not going to stick this in pockets because I'm going to take photos. So when I take photos of my flat lays, if any of you don't know this already, I take pictures with the photos and the cards on the outside of the page protector so you don't get any of the glare from the page protector itself. So I just kind of like position them on here as best I can so they look like they're inside the pockets, but they're not. And then I take a picture and then call that good. You know what I might do real quick is see, like, one last time if I want something different. Nope, I do not. Nope, I do not. I'm sticking with my guns. Anyway, so I do that and then I take my pictures and then I put them all in the pockets and put them away. That's how I roll. All right, you guys, any questions before we say goodbye? I'm going to be back here again next week. We're going to work on week number 2 for this year and week number 34 for last year. So we're just going to keep on chugging along here with the whatever this is called, Project Life. All right. Well, thank you all. Martha's Vineyard. Yes. Thank you all for coming and hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything come together. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video and consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to my channel. Next week, we'll be back at the same time, same day, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have a couple videos coming out in the meantime, so keep your eyes out for those. I think that's it. So you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the week ahead. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, friends.